and welcome to the 7th Annual Social Media Technology Conference and Workshop. We're off to a great start. We welcome you. We're glad to see you, and we hope that you will take away some really interesting information about social media. We do this conference every year, and every year we find that people are enthused about the information as social media is growing and changing and shifting. And so we hope that you, A, come and find information that you might want to research, find research that you can take away, as well as learn some new tools for your careers and for your work. We're getting started today, and to kick us off, I'd like to welcome Dr. Gracie Lawson Borders, the Dean of the Cathy Hughes School of Communications, and she's going to give a few words of welcome.
Thank you, Professor Sturgis, and welcome everybody. As she said, my name is Gracie Lawson Borders, and I am the Dean of the Cathy Hughes School of Communications. So it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 7th Annual Social Media and Technology Conference and Workshop, hosted by Howard University. We would look forward to this event today, where you will hear from our keynote speaker, Mitra Kalita, the VP for Programming at CNN Digital. And we're also pleased to announce this year our title sponsor, the National Communication Association, who provided a grant for the conference this year. I want to quote from a book that someone in this audience, quite a few people in this audience are familiar with, and that is the book, Social Media, Culture, and Identity. And in the introduction, one of your sponsors of this conference wrote this: social media represents one of the major human communication shifts since the United States Defense Advanced Research Project in the 1960s. The internet has completely changed human communications. About social media and internet communication, Margaret Yard says, there is no longer an impersonal world, but a post-personal world, where life has turned us into a database. Our communicative lives are now fully lived in the machine world, and the downside with respect to non-electronic communication is extensive. The idea that our lives are now post-personal and logged into a database somewhere in the cloud is the reason why meaning exchange with respect to online communication on cyberspace has become fragile and complicated. It has equally compounded the issue of fluidity of human identities on the internet is the new norm, and that fluidity has become more complex and difficult to unravel, especially with respect to telco presence of human identities. So I read his in-depth little piece there to say we have changed. Social media has changed us. Digital technology has changed us. I continue to say the internet is a disruptive technology. That doesn't mean that there's nothing but a downsides to it. It just says it entered our lives and it changed everything. So today, what you're going to do with the theme of this conference, which is social media and cultural identity, you're going to look at examinations of how media celebrates and highlights cultural differences and practices through social media. The presenters will examine media analytics, entertainment, legal issues related to social medias, and so many other topics. This conference, to me, provides a forum over these next couple of days to share research and best practices from social media experts, scholars, and professionals like yourself. The social media landscape is constantly changing. Social networking sites have not only impacted the media industry, but our professional, personal, academic, social, political, and economic lives. The digital tentacles of social media creep into our lives through a broadcast, a friend, family member, or colleague sharing something trending or a must-see item for you to take a look at. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, to name a few, can become overwhelming with headlines, comments, trending social and political issues that we sometimes forget to enjoy the greatest part of the digital technology, the ability to communicate and connect with others in a profound way. A recent story by a Chicago Tribune reporter shares 7 things to post on social media when your feed gets you down, such as 1, be the bearer of good news. The Huffington Post has now dedicated a section of their site to good news only. Throwback Thursday. Find those old photographs, find those old memories, and share them in a fun and positive nostalgia way. Up your photo game. Create and share your photos as well as sharing those of others. Make a meme. You too can join the ranks of viral meme accounts about with slightly less sarcasm. Makeameme.org lets you choose a photo, add text, and start spitting out your own professional memes. Spread the animal love. People love animals, even animals just being animals or animals doing silly things. Quote me on that. Find those positive quotes that you can share with people. And laugh a little. This is the #1 of the 7 that I like the most. America's Funniest Home Video has been on air for 30 years. And so probably people really do love to laugh. So share a little smile with people as well as all the other things that you can do with social media. This conference is your opportunity to laugh a little, learn, grow, and share the amazing research and presentations on use of social media that you'll see over the next couple of days. Use your digital crystal ball to reimagine the communicative opportunities that use of social media will bring. Let your experiences at this conference, the ideas and information shared on the research of social media lead to new pathways of understanding. What is touched and how it's impacted? When will all of this settle? Are we developing a more longitudinal look at effects and what is sustainable or not? As some of you are aware, and I just read you a quote, Kabuma Langmia and Tia Tyree earlier this year published this book, Social Media and Cultural Identity, which is filled with research on this topic and more that I'm sure came out of the conference. And so the expectation today of those of you who are presenting and attending is the next book that we'll be looking forward to. I have a suspicion this conference will generate new insights and passion about where we are, what are we doing, and the untapped potential for social media across industries, professions, and the academy. So tune in, connect, link up, and share your experience at the 7th Annual Social Media Conference and Workshop. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing all of you over the next couple of days. Thank you.